Hello, it's Kierce, and I am excited to say that I am back on YouTube with some new content for you guys. I am unfortunately not excited to explain why, but before I get into that, I would like to provide context for today's video. I decided to create my first Sims 4 save file, and honestly, I've tried to make save files in the past, but not like actually get into the nitty-gritty details of everything. So it's mainly just me making random characters and putting them into a world and calling it a save file. But today, I decided to 100% give lore to my characters, make actual homes for them, and hopefully play with the entire save file when this is done. Now, I'm not expecting to be done with this entire save file before a year passes, and that's because I do not have all of the Sims 4 game packs, expansions, and kits and stuff like that. So I want to make sure that I slowly get those as I'm working on the save file, and then I'd probably just like update a few buildings with the new items I get from the game packs and stuff like that. So there's that. This house that I'm building right here, and I don't have the video footage in front of me, so I'm going based off of what is in my head and what I remember. This home that I'm building right now is for the Coulter family, and I will not be talking about this family until I post the video, the cast video of like me making them, and that's probably going to be recorded from my silent stream that's coming up. So when you see this video, it'll probably already be recorded and the stream will be done, but that video will also be posted. But this house is for the Coulter family, a family of 5. It is Janice and Brian Coulter, their daughter Bryn Coulter, only child, and then her twin kids, Sammy and Stephen Coulter, and they're, twins. One girl, one boy, but they'll figure out their identities later on in the story. Now, I don't know too much about style choices for these characters yet. I kind of just like jotted everything down on like what I wanted their story to be quickly. I did figure out the careers that they would be in. So Bryn Coulter will follow the author/journalist career. Brian Coulter, her father, is in the entertainment career, and her mother, Janice Coulter, is in the business career. Now, I don't know if that's ever going to change. Again, their storylines will be expanded upon if I ever do play with this save file, and I might expand upon it if I want to add family members later on down the line. So that is like the base information for this save file, or not the save file, but this home. So yeah, it is now time to explain why I am back here on YouTube, and it might be a little, let me start off with this. I had first started my YouTube channel back when I had the idea to stream, but I wanted to make sure I had some sort of a following before I did turn to streaming. And that didn't last too long for a variety of reasons. First main reason is I got way too excited into wanting to stream. I had bought all the equipment, I had readied my gaming setup, all of that, and when that was all done, made my Twitch overlays, or more so bought pre-made ones, and set it up on the software I was using. I just got really excited and wanted to stream right away. So I didn't gain much of a following before starting to stream, but I did gain a little bit more of a following after I started streaming. Now, my niche at first was to just play games that I hadn't played before, or games that I could make multiple parts of and enjoy making. So I started off with playing Tomb Raider because I had always wanted to play the Tomb Raider games. I remember playing a couple of them on my brother's PS4 at the time, though not being able to enjoy it fully because my mom wanted me to focus on school. And then there's this really big, well, not entirely big, arcade down where I live with my mother now, and they have a Tomb Raider type arcade game that I really enjoyed, so that also boosted my love for the Tomb Raider games. So I ended up quitting the Tomb Raider gameplay because I was getting really frustrated that I couldn't beat a specific part in the game, and it ended up with me just not playing it anymore. And that was the first Tomb Raider game, or the first, like the graphics were better than, the older Tomb Raider games. That was the one I decided to play, and ultimately just decided to leave it. And I feel bad for leaving it. I did think about going back to it multiple times, but knowing me, if I really could not get past that part I was struggling with, I would just end up quitting again, and it would not be a pretty sight. And then I started uploading Genshin videos, which I also had to stop because I no longer play Genshin anymore, for a multitude of reasons that we do not have to get into today. It's just a whole problem with me trying to find my niche. And then I uploaded a couple of Twitch VODs here and there whenever I remembered to even get back onto my computer and do that. But yes, my channel is really scattered right now. Crazy part is that when I created my YouTube channel, I wanted to mainly make Sims 4 and Minecraft videos because those are the games that I enjoy the most. I don't really like playing Minecraft by myself, but again, building videos would have been easy. Random survival let's plays would have been easy. It would have given me the motivation to actually play the game. And I don't know why I strayed from that, but now that I'm back on YouTube, that is definitely the niche I'm going to be going for from now on. Maybe I'll add a few Stardew videos if I get out of my little stupor of not playing it, because my hyperfixations are crazy, let me tell you. Yeah, I don't know why I strayed from that in the beginning, but now I'm back, and the conditions for how I will be streaming have changed. So the reason why I'm back is because of the reason why my streams have changed, and up until they go back to the way they were, I will be posting, regular Sims 4 and Minecraft videos. Hopefully I'll continue to do that after my streams go back to the way they were. Yeah, let's actually get into that. So when I first started streaming, it was about a year after I had moved, or a couple months, either a year or a couple months after I'd moved out of my mother's house, and I really wanted something to do other than sleep, eat, and work, because I did not have a car where I moved to, and I had moved to Buffalo, New York, and that is a far cry from being born and raised in Florida, okay? My friend had offered me a room up there, and so I said yes, because my home situation wasn't the best, not to my mental state at least, and I wanted to get out of there. So I said yes. It wasn't the best experience being up in Buffalo, New York, but it was an eye-opener. I learned a lot. I don't regret going there at all, because it gave me perspective on my mom's life, on what it is to be all grown up. You know what I mean? I moved when I was 19. I am now 21. And I'm just moved back with my mom. So it's been a wild ride. But I started streaming shortly after I moved, and it gave me happiness because I had always wanted to stream and make content. I just have a bad habit of not being consistent with creating content. So it was kind of like a slow start at first. Burnt out pretty quickly because I was streaming like 3 nights a week while having a full-time job, and then also working to self-publish my own book. So I was stretching myself pretty thin. I had taken about a 3-month break at some point and then got back into it. I was in Buffalo for 2 years, so it wasn't a full year of streaming because of the big breaks that I took after burning out. But it's been a while since that first day that I streamed, and I don't know, like, it made me really, really happy. Okay, let me just tell you that. It made me extremely happy to be streaming and to be talking to people through a stream, or a screen, not a stream. But it was fun to be streaming and talking to people through a screen. But with the circumstances of my move back to Florida, I was not supposed to come back and live with my mom. I was supposed to go somewhere else, but there are, again, multitude of reasons why I changed my mind. I moved back. It isn't terrible, but I do not have my own space. Before I moved, I was sharing a room with my sister, and I assured her when I was coming back that we don't even have to share a room. It's okay, I can sleep on the couch. My mom gave me her bed instead. She's on the couch. I've offered her the bed on multiple occasions. She keeps saying no, so I'm not kicking her out of her room. This is still her room. I just sleep on the bed. My clothes are in my sister's closet, and my gaming setup is in the living room where my mother sleeps. So that being said, my streams can't be the same way as they were. Okay? I was pretty loud when I was streaming, playing these games and having fun. I can't do that anymore with my mom sleeping right next to me in the middle of the night. So the energy has to be toned down. On top of that, I cannot use my mic during streams because, again, I'm out in the living room. People are watching TV around the times that I'm starting to stream or during the stream. I don't want to stop them from doing their regular activities just because I'm streaming. So no mic, because then there'd be a lot of background noise. And then on top of that, no webcam for the same reason. People walk around all day throughout the house. I don't want people feeling uncomfortable when I stream, because my desk is in a place where you can see most of the living room and the house, and I don't want people staying inside my house or my mother's house in that case. And I want others to feel comfortable. I moved back. This isn't my space anymore. It's their space. I'm not going to tell them to stop walking around at 9 p.m. at night. You know what I mean? For 2 hours, like that's kind of insane. So that's another reason I cannot use that streaming method anymore. All right, so I am reverting to silent streams, or not even reverting, that's not the right word. I am changing my method to silent streams. And by silent streams, I mean there will be music and I will be playing games. You will be hearing stuff, but my streams will be more so background noise than anything else. And I know a lot of people do end up liking those kind of streams. I normally like those kind of videos where I can just keep it in the background. And I do that with any kind of video, but videos made to be in the background, I love those kind of videos. So I want to be that kind of streamer as well for the time being, up until I get my own space again. So no mic, I won't be talking, but there will be music. You won't see my face, but you will see me gaming. I'll stick to Sims 4, Minecraft, and Stardew Valley, but I do want to play games like Skyrim and Marvel Rivals, and games that don't require a lot of talking. You can just watch the gameplay. I might go back to Tomb Raider, who knows? Like, that'll be reserved for the streams. For YouTube, on the other hand, I will be sticking to Sims 4 and Minecraft, maybe Stardew Valley. It really just depends. I'll try to make an entirely different channel for my VODs, or I'll just post my VODs on the same channel and keep it separate in its own little playlist for people to watch. But a lot of my videos will be taken from my Twitch VODs, because I will be playing Sims 4. I'll be playing Minecraft. Those are easy games that you can just play and then not have to talk and stuff like that because you're focusing. So that's pretty much my new niche. So I hope you guys actually like this idea. I'm kind of scared. I'm turning towards content creation now because I do not have a job. It's been hard finding a job here in Florida, and with the economy the way that it is, it's going to be really hard for a long time to find a job. I've been applying almost every day. I was doing DoorDash for a while, but my mother's car is currently out of commission until further notice. I am trying to get my own car. My savings are depleting. It's a whole big thing that I'm not too stressed out about it. So I'm just going to turn to content creation for the time being. I also am going to try and market my self-published book. That's also a thing that I have. So, exciting times for me. Now for my favorite part of this voiceover, the yap session. I have never had to make voiceovers for any videos ever. I love the idea for voiceovers for me because I have a hard time speaking in front of a camera or talking in front of a camera. It was easy to do during streams because people were talking to me, but right now I'm looking at a wall, so it's entirely different. And honestly, I am very glad that my streaming mic can connect to my phone right now, so I can just be in a separate space from my family to record this and still have good audio for you guys. But besides that, my yap sessions end up being a lot. I could talk about my book characters, I could talk about the games I love to play, I could talk about my life if I wanted to, but right now I'm going to talk about The Sims, and there is a reason why. I love The Sims. I have been playing The Sims for a few years. Not as long as everybody else, but pretty decent time. You know, I love making the characters. I love building houses. The only problem I had for The Sims was it was hard for me to create a family or create a character and keep playing with the same character for a long period of time. Whenever I played The Sims, it was to go in, create a character, leave, or go in, create a house, and leave. Like, I've never truly sat down and played The Sims. There have been a couple of times where I tried the Not So Berry Legacy Challenge or like a different Legacy Challenge, and I would play for like a week and then I'd stop and then forget about it and then just, you know, never play it again. But that happens with me in a lot of stuff because I am pretty sure that I have ADHD. Now, I still need to go get tested, but it runs in the family, so it wouldn't be too hard to believe that I have ADHD, okay? It would explain a lot of things that were happening when I was in school, but I'm not going to sit here and say I have it. I'm just going to say I think I have it. It's hard for me to sit down and stay doing one thing for a long period of time, no matter what it is. No matter what it is. My hyperfixations can go from a week to 2 months to 3 months to a year, and I have no control over it, okay? So that applies to The Sims as well. I can never play with a family for too long. I'm hoping that when I do finish this save file, I can play with these families, but as of right now, I'm just hoping that I will be able to have... I want to make sure I don't stop making this save file and forget about it for months on end and stop making the content, because this is not my goal. This is not my goal for the rest of the summer, for the rest of the year. I want to continue content creation, okay? I'm already a Twitch affiliate, so it should be easy to transfer from that. But listen, I struggle quite a bit. Now, this house that I'm building right here, again, I don't have the footage in front of me, so I don't know where this part of the voiceover is going to land on the video. This house that I'm building right here, it's a prime example of me not being able to gauge how big or how small I need a house to be. I built the shell, I decorated the outside, I made the rooms, and then as I was adding things into the house, I realized I don't have as much CC as I did a couple of years ago, because I had to completely wipe all of my CC and mods and everything and start from the beginning. So I don't have as much CC as I used to. I have quite a bit at the moment because I just keep downloading. It's fun to go CC shopping, but I don't have as much as I used to. And on top of that, some of the ones that I used to have no longer exist or just don't work anymore. So I was having a bit of trouble finding things to decorate, you know, the house with, clutter, all of that. But on top of that, I also do not have the Sims packs anymore, because when I had the Sims packs, I'm going to admit to you, I didn't buy them. So, and that was giving me trouble at some point where I couldn't even open the game. If I opened the game, it would stay on a white screen for an hour, 2 hours. It would not load up. So I had to completely just wipe that as well. So now I'm slowly buying the Sims packs, and at the moment I only have Get to Work, Seasons and then I have a couple of game packs and then kits and stuff. I don't have all of them though. In total, I could probably count on one hand how many packs I have. Probably 5 at the most. At the most. 5 of everything that The Sims 4 has. So I'm waiting for another sale to happen so I can get more game packs and expansion packs and kits and everything. Kits might be a little bit easier to get because, they're only $4.99. Easy peasy. I can get 4 in one go. It won't be too expensive. But for the expansion packs, those can break the bank, and I'm not trying to break mine, okay? So I don't have as much stuff as I used to, and I'm not complaining. It's still pretty easy to just download Clutter CC and all this different type of CC to make houses, but it's hard finding wallpaper and flooring, and it's easy to find the furniture and the clutter and the posters and the this and the that, but for the roofing tiles, the plants, the wallpapers, the flooring, anything that you would get out of an expansion pack, living in a new world, this and the third, I don't have that. And I only have 3 or 4 worlds open to me right now. And I would like for some of my Sims in the future to live in apartments. So I would really like city living, and I would like laundry day, and I would like, the paranormal, and maybe not werewolves and vampires, but definitely the parenting one. I believe I have that. But if I don't, I would like that. I would like, high school years. I don't have those. So for the time being, the builds that I'll be showing you will be very limited unless I slowly gain more CC. Now for cast creations, I am a fiend when it comes to downloading CC for clothing, jewelry, skin blends, shoes, everything. Okay, I have quite a bit of CC, and most of them are tailored to, female Sims, because that's what's shown to me first, and I just mass download those off Pinterest. And if you guys do end up wanting to know where I get all of my CC, I search up on Pinterest CCs, and I just go from there. Sometimes I will join someone's free Patreon and start downloading from there too. But I do have all of my downloaded CC into like one Pinterest folder. So if you guys ever want that, just let me know and I'll link the entire folder down below. But yeah, so I have a lot of CC for women's clothing. I don't have too much CC for men's clothing, and I have very little CC clothing for kids, toddlers, infants, all of that, because men's CC and toddler CC, the kids CCs, they're all pretty hard to find for some reason, and I don't know why. And most of the time when you do download CC and they give you something that's tailored towards like women, sometimes it'll be like you can put the clothes on infants to elders. A lot of the times you can't really do that. So it really just depends. I love downloading hair CC too. Hair is such a big like expression piece for me. I have dyed hair, so I love like having like so many different types of hair. I feel like hair makes the entire look. If the hair is not good, then the look is not good, and that's personally just me. On top of that, for the makeup CC is also a little harder to find, like the lashes, the lips, stuff that I would like. And I'm trying to branch out when it comes to CC, because when I download clothing CC, a lot of the times they're grunge, they're goth, they're emo, they're alternative in general, and then I try to get like earthy type of clothes, like the skirts, the tied tops, but I'm trying to branch out because every sim is different and everyone's style is different, and I don't want to just stick to my sort of style, what I would wear. I want to make sure that I can cater to everybody and make all different Sims all around, you know what I mean, in terms of height, weight, clothing style, makeup style, jewelry, full send. Okay, I think right now there was an issue I had about last week or a couple of weeks ago where I was downloading CC and it ended up breaking my game a little bit, and I had to go into all of the CC that I have downloaded and search for the one that was breaking my game. Now, I had thought I'd taken every single one that I had downloaded that night out just to make sure that it wasn't the new ones breaking it. It ended up being a new one that was breaking it, but I didn't see that it was still in the clothing folder that I had. So I almost had to go through every single one of the CCs one by one, putting them in one by one. I ended up putting them in by folders because I sort my not clothing CC, but I sort my CC and mods in general. So I did it folder by folder, and then it was a whole thing. But I have over 5,000 CC items. Let that sink in, because I had to let it sink in, okay? And I just went on a CC downloading spree like 10 minutes ago, okay? So I probably have a lot more than I did now. Now that I think about it, that 5,000 that I'm even talking about might have just been the clothing CC, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't even know, but no one could ever stop me with the CC downloading, okay? I have a gaming laptop. She can take it, all right? When I go CC downloading or CC shopping, it's insanity. But, I'll never stop. I do want to say, though, that for this save file, the characters I plan to make, I am not good at making my own characters. So I do plan to just reuse characters that I already know, my own CCs that I've written, not CCs, my own OCs that I've written in my self-published book, which is a queer zombie apocalypse novel, if you guys want more information on that. I do have characters in that book that I will be using and adding their families into the save file, but I will not be including their lore. They will have completely different lore because they'll be living a normal life in The Sims 4. They're not living a very normal life in my book, let me just tell you. Maybe less trauma in The Sims 4. Let's say that. But even for my self-published novel, I had asked my friends to create their own characters that they wanted me to use to write in my book, and I did pretty well with that, and I love doing that, and I'm probably going to keep doing that for my other series as well. But I'm going to use those characters because I already know them. I already know what they look like, their lore, their trauma, everything, and I can just tweak it a little bit to put them in my save file, but they will be going in my save file as well. And I have quite a bit of characters that I would love to use in this save file. I have Evan Reese, main character 1, Cameron Young, main character 2, Kerst Jones, main character 3, and then I have all of their families, and then I have, their best friends, their regular acquaintances, their enemies, I have so many characters I could use and just put in the save file. But to start off, I started with creating the Coulters. Now, that wasn't much of a problem because I had the idea of creating Bryn Coulter, and then I had the idea, oh, wait, what if she had twins? And then I had the idea, oh, wait, what if she still lives with her parents for the time being? Because, maybe something happened with the kid's father, all of that kind of things. Like, it slowly came to me, and it's still slowly coming to me. And I searched up on Google a random address generator, so that's where their address came from, 283 Waters Isle. I have another address already loaded up and typed in somewhere in a doc, but I don't have the family for that address yet, so we'll figure it out. But I'm really hoping I get City Living soon. That might be the very next pack that I get, because I really want some of my Sims to live in apartments. I know there's other apartments in other packs, I just don't remember where. I definitely want For Rent. That will be fun to work with, but people were saying a while back that For Rent was corrupting save files, so you guys gotta let me know because I don't want it corrupting mine. Alright, I'm a little terrified of that, so that might be one of the last things that I get. I don't know where I was going with this. I ran away from the main topic that I was going to even talk about. But if you guys have any Sims or any characters in general, like any OCs that you have, characters that you want me to turn into a Sim and put in my save file, you provide the lore, the hair color, all of that. If you guys would want me to make your OCs into a Sim, please let me know, and I would gladly do it. That would be so much fun. And I can make a video creating the Sim, creating their house, creating where they stay and live. It'd be so fun to do that, you know what I mean? Like, just please let me know. Please let me know. Another thing that's going to be on this channel is me building shops, bakeries. I don't have business and hobbies, obviously, but I can still create little side lots until they're ready to be expanded upon with the expansion packs or the kits or the game packs, all of that. So you guys will see that. And I love building whenever I play Minecraft, whenever I play Sims. The main reason why I go into the Sims is for creating the Sims and building. Main reason why I play Minecraft is for building. I hate playing Minecraft by myself because of the fact that I'm just building and not I hate doing survival. If I play Minecraft, I'm in creative and I'm just building. I'm not even doing the things that you're supposed to be doing in Minecraft to enjoy it. But that's up to everyone's interpretation because I enjoy building in Minecraft. Moving on. There's not much for me to talk about anymore besides my self-published book, but I don't want to get into that right now. That's a whole different, I'll get into my books when I create my characters into Sims and get into their lore or their changed lore or something like that. We'll see about that. Now, I don't really have anything else to add for today, and I know this video is about an hour long. This is probably only covering half of the video. Maybe I should just keep these random cuts that I'm having in because my brain is just faltering and I need you guys to experience what I'm experiencing right now. This is crazy work. But I don't think this voiceover is going to cover the entirety of the video, or if it did, congratulations to me. I managed to yap for an entire hour, which, that might not even be surprising, honestly. But if this did not cover the entirety of the video, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video, enjoy watching me build this rambunctious house that I've been building, and hopefully next time I build something, it could fit the size of the family that is living in it. Because listen, I feel like I made this house too big, but we may never know. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. I will see you guys on stream. If this is up before Monday, June 9th, that is when I'll be streaming at 9 p.m. EST. If this is not up before Monday, June 9th, then I hope you guys will be able to see the VOD that I turn into a video here on YouTube. And with that being said, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Mwah, mwah. I will see you guys in the next one.